Hello everybody, this is Dr. Corey King from AskDrKing.com. We are located right outside of Boulder, Colorado. We have our clinic now. We're serving patients, we're helping them reach their health goals. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about eating clean for the holidays. And what you just saw me doing was making one of my favorite breakfasts. Now, I can have eggs. A lot of patients have an allergy or they're sensitive to eggs. I'm sorry, maybe that made you a little hungry watching that and maybe you wanted some of those eggs. But there are a couple little pieces of great information that if you didn't catch it in the video, I'm going to talk about right now for you. So let's dive into how you can eat clean even with the holidays coming up. And this is what I teach all of my patients, whether the holiday season is around the corner or they are just trying to clean up their lifestyle. We're going to focus on certain foods and we're going to avoid the big three. Now, the big three are your dairy, your wheat, and your soy products. If you're unfamiliar with how our wheat in the United States is modified or how the cows in the United States produce a certain protein that makes it really hard for us to break down, head over to my blog on AskDrKing.com. Scroll through, look for the blog post where I talk about eating pizza, even if you have a thyroid condition. That article will be applicable even if you don't have a thyroid condition. But I teach you about the different wheats and the different dairy products and some alternatives if you want to eat those foods here in the United States. Now, in the video that I was showing you with me cooking those eggs, I used a butter alternative. And it's a coconut spread made by Earth Balance. So we love that butter. I love the butter. Natasha likes the company Myokos, who makes a vegan butter. They both melt just like butter. They taste fantastic. A lot of these alternative foods, they just taste horrible. We have picked our way through all the good ones. So that was from the company Earth Balance that you saw me using the butter. If you saw, I threw some cheese in those eggs as well. That cheese is by the company Violife, V-I-O-L-I-F-E. It's a sliced smoked cheese. Tastes amazing, melts just like cheese. Again, it does not taste bad. So when we're trying to stay away from the gluten, the dairy, and the soy, what I would recommend is jump on social media, start typing in hashtags for like vegan free or dairy free, gluten free, and you can put the food like dairy free cheese. You're going to find a lot of hashtags of people sharing some ideas of what they use. Maybe some of the companies you'll find on there that you can find at your local store and you can try those. Some of the alternatives that we use, and Natasha, she actually taught a video about this, some of her favorite foods to substitute when you are cooking in the kitchen. But Earth Balance for the butters, Myokos vegan cheese, they make a butter as well. Violife cheese, fantastic. When it comes to your flours, you can dive into using your almond flours, your coconut flours. Natasha goes into a little more detail on that on the video, but that's what we're wanting to do is find the substitutes. I promise you, we have so many alternatives nowadays. When I first began teaching this to patients 12 years ago, we barely had any alternatives. Now we've got so many, we just have to pick our way through, find the ones that we like. Preparing your meals for the holiday season, keep it really simple. Remember, gluten, dairy, and soy free. We're gonna have a hard enough time trying to avoid the nightshades, which we're gonna do the best that we can. If you don't know what nightshades are, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, nightshades by nature create inflammation in the stomach. And I'm a major GI patient. If I have those nightshades, I'm going to pay the price. So we're going to find the alternatives and we're going to do the best that we can eating simple. So what does that look like for us? And maybe this will help you a little bit. Lean meats, lots of veggies, pretty much zero fruit, and we'll have some gluten-free, dairy-free desserts. So I love turkey. Here's my classic holiday meal, turkey stuffing and cranberry sauce. If that's all I get, I'm a happy camper. I'm gonna keep it really simple. So I'm gonna have turkey. Natasha is gonna have fish. She's not a big turkey eater. And then we're gonna have a ton of veggies. And how do we prepare those veggies? Well, we will either steam them or we are going to use the butter alternatives, and we'll saute them in those butter alternatives. So lots of veggies. We will do a sweet potato casserole where we're going to use the butter substitute. Now, that is a lot of carbohydrates. This is one day, so we're going to slide a little bit on the amount of carbs and the amount of sugars. Normally, we avoid those because we don't want to feed candida. Some of you may be going through a candida protocol right now. Is one day going to sabotage all of your hard work? It's not going to sabotage everything. You may feel a little crummy if you consume a lot of those sugars and those carbohydrates, but hey, we're doing the best that we can. That is all that we can ask, especially during the holiday season. So lean meats, lots of veggies. The dessert, I'm in charge of the dessert this year. Pumpkin pie is what I love. I'm a little lazy. I'm not a great cook or a chef. I am going to go buy the gluten-free crust. I will bring that home, and then I will make our pumpkin pie. I will use coconut milk as the milk instead of dairy. So there's ways around using dairy. Substitute coconut milks, almond milks, whatever is your favorite. So lean meat, tons of veggies, and a little bit of dessert. And we'll have a sweet potato casserole thrown in there. This is our first year where we are not traveling to the South. So if you are traveling to somebody's home and you can't control what they are making, maybe you offer to make a dish and you make that clean just for you guys. Maybe offer to make a dessert even. And if you make it really well, most people are going to love it. They won't even know that it's dairy-free or gluten-free. They'll just go, oh my gosh, this is so good. So maybe offer to make a dish, take a dish with you. Here's a little secret. And if you're a patient of mine and I haven't told you about this, it's because I didn't want you just taking the pills and picking out on all the inflammatory foods, right? The goal is to decrease inflammation in the GI tract by eating clean. So if we're going somewhere, we're going to somebody's house, we're traveling, and we can't control what's going into the foods, there's a pill that we use and we travel with it all of the time. It is called Gluten Flam. I dislike the name because it insinuates that it only works for gluten. There are enzymes in that product that break down the protein gliadin, which is the protein in gluten, and it breaks down the protein casein, which is in dairy. This is what we do. If we go to somebody's home, we go to a restaurant, we can't guarantee cross-contamination, we can't control what they're making, we'll take 2 of those pills at the time of eating. Before we go to bed, we'll take 2 more of those pills. What those pills do is they help to break down those proteins to prevent the inflammation from occurring inside the gastrointestinal tract. So what that helps with is things like headaches, bloatiness, gassiness, all the crazy bowel movements. And for me, it helps to prevent me from getting sick. If I eat gluten, typically 2 days later, I start feeling sick. So those are our just in case pills that we travel with. Natasha typically has them in a little Ziploc bag in each and every purse of hers. Women, if you change your purses out a lot, make sure that you refill your purse because that does happen between us. And then we get into that little argument of, well, you were supposed to replace them. Well, why don't you carry them? Because I don't carry a purse. I don't carry anything with me. Well, maybe you should. Anywho, the little lovely discussions that go back and forth between husband and wife sometimes. So that pill is called Gluten Flam. If you buy it off of Amazon, you're going to pay double to triple the price. You can't reach out to me. I can have it drop shipped to you. If you don't have enough time to get it in the mail, you can go to Whole Foods. If you have a Whole Foods near you, there is a product called Gluten-Ease, E-A-S-E. Now, it doesn't have as much of the DPP4 enzyme. That's the enzyme that breaks down the gluten. And it costs a little bit more than the Gluten Flam. But in a crunch, if that's all you can get, go ahead and get it. You can still take the Gluten-Ease the same way that we do the Gluten Flam. If you want to bump it up a pill, you can as a just in case. But that's going to help if you are going to a friend's house, family members, or you guys are going out to eat at restaurants. Take those pills with you to prevent those dreaded side effects of eating those inflammatory foods. All right, keep it simple. Lean meats, lots of veggies, maybe some gluten, dairy-free desserts. Use your alternatives. If you need help with those alternatives when it comes to cooking or baking, make sure to watch Natasha's video and what she uses. Get those pills so you can prevent the cross-contamination and just do the best that you can. That's all that we can do. And most important of all, enjoy your family time, enjoy your friends, be thankful for what you do have, thank your loved ones, tell them that you love them, and we'll see you on the next video. All right?